Hello, my name is William Gray and my topic is asset forfeiture. Before I start, I would like to give thanks to the federal government for helping me afford the screen capture software with my stimulus check. I decided to research asset forfeiture because during my internship, I saw firsthand how asset forfeiture and equitable sharing programs help my local sheriff's office with their budget problems. Asset forfeiture is a crucial tool used by law enforcement agencies to deter criminals from committing crimes by taking away their chances to profit. A lot of these same reasons are why asset forfeiture is an important tool within the criminal justice system. A lot of you are probably wondering, what is asset forfeiture? Asset forfeiture is a policy used in the criminal justice system by state, local, and federal law enforcement agencies to seize assets deemed to have been used in criminal act or obtained through criminal behavior, such as narcotic sales or prostitution. All different types of assets can be seized, from vehicles like cars, planes, or boats, to cash and jewelry. In the United States criminal justice system, there are three types of forfeitures: civil, criminal, and administrative. During this presentation, we will look at the main two forms, civil and criminal. Now I'll share with you some of the amounts seized by the state in 2019, released by the Department of Justice report to Congress. As you can see, Virginia seized the most in total value at around $600 million. Second, we have New York with about half as much as Virginia at $300 million. California is third with $283 million. The state of Tennessee only seized about $5.5 million, and all states combined seized $2,227 million. Now that's a big number. To continue with this report to Congress, I found that federal agencies like the ATF, FBI, and DEA seized items and put them into official use, such as the ATF, who seized 85 firearms valued at $40,000, and 14 vehicles valued at about $212,000. The DEA had a really good year in 2019 with about 45 vehicles seized, valued at about a little bit over $1 million, which is astonishing. The FBI seized 24 units of electrical equipment and 10 pieces of jewelry, valued at a little bit over $100,000. Like I said earlier, there are two main types of asset forfeiture we will discuss: civil and criminal. First, criminal asset forfeiture is used on a far lesser scale than civil because it takes a lot more to achieve. In a criminal forfeiture case, a conviction in the court of law is required, meaning a judge must find the suspect guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. This results in civil forfeiture being used way more. Civil asset forfeiture has many critics and opponents because of how easy it can be achieved. Civil asset forfeiture requires no criminal conviction. Therefore, it can be initiated before or after an acquittal. Civil forfeiture is rarely even contested by suspects, but when it is, the burden of proof required is only a preponderance of the evidence. Equitable sharing is a program brought in by the Comprehensive Crime Control Act of 1984. Equitable sharing allows for agencies to involve the federal government in their seizure activities, either to strengthen their case or get around the state's laws, which tell them how the money is to be spent. For example, in North Carolina, laws require all seized funds to be donated to the school system. In return, law enforcement agencies in North Carolina use equitable sharing to create a loophole in this law. Because of this, agencies receive a percentage of the assets seized back in return, which is then available to be used how they please. Asset forfeiture is extremely effective on all fronts of the fight against crime in the United States. Not only does forfeiture deter criminals, knowing if they get caught, they will not be able to profit from their crimes, it helps agencies with funding to a point that in a study by John Worrell, it was found that law enforcement administrators depend on seized funds for their budgets. One of asset forfeiture's critics' main arguments is that it relates to an increase in drug arrests. In a separate study by John Worrell and Stephen Bishop, it was found that there was no correlation between asset forfeiture laws and increased drug arrests. After weeks of researching asset forfeiture and being involved in a small, underfunded agency that relies on it, I can say that I feel as if asset forfeiture is one of the most important tools law enforcement agents have to their disposal. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I've listed my email right here. Thank you.